First and foremost, I always give recognition to everyone that allows the manifestation of my ideas and dreams to come to fruition. I give you all thanks. I'm Tavon, the owner of the Hidden Gem Bed and Breakfast and the founder of City Vision, a not-for-profit that solely seeks to be the bridge between potential in our community and the opportunity in the world. Allow me to share with you a new resource in the community, and this resource is so genuine. Not only are they giving back to the community out of their pocket, but they come from the trenches in the community, and they were one of the ones that caused damage to our communities and has taken an oath to heal the community. But I'm gonna stop talking. I want you to meet Simone Reese.
Who am I? Good question. Just more figuring it out, walking into my purpose. I can't lie and say exactly who I am. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but I do know that I am somebody.
Okay, but you started something, so let's start with what you created. Because I feel like what you create is actually you.
Okay.
So you may not figure out your journey, but you know what you created, which is.
Speaking of the organization.
Yeah. So what?
So Let Me Live Foundation, and I came with that. So the time and era I was seeing a lot of youth children getting killed in St. Louis, and I was working for a gun violence prevention program at one time, and it really touched me and hurt my heart and made me want to move on it even more. When a little girl and her mother was murdered on the north side and was tied up, and to see her nieces and her cousins come over in pain, asking what did they do to get done like that, it just really kind of like crumbled my heart that no kid should ever have to feel such pain or experience such trauma so young, and it seems like it gets swept under the rug when it's the kid. When it's a kid, it's always more pinpointed on car theft or I feel like the youth should be a big attention. It shouldn't just be they got killed and it's thrown under the rug. Something needs to be done about that. And so I feel like it comes from poverty. Poverty really the crime comes from poverty. So I come with the conclusion. I'm a barber, and I want to teach my barbering skills with my foundation. So I'll pick up some high-risk individuals and see if I can change their life if they're interested in cutting hair. And I'm sure if they learn a skill and start making money and get interested in it, they have no interest in the streets to be able to do crime where most of it is committed. So we need more programs out here, I feel like, for the youth. To try and lead them and guide them in a different direction. This is a different world. When I grew up, while I'm still grounded, I had OGs, and they're last of the dying breeds if there are any left. So you need good pillars like me, I feel like, in their life to kind of lead and guide them so they won't fall to the wayside. Like we had grandmothers and other neighbors to give us whoopings and to keep us disciplined when we were in the streets. Now they have nothing but the big homie that's telling them to crash out and really don't care about their life, but they're so young and can't see it, so they're falling to that wayside.
So you said a whole lot. See, and that's why your mission is so huge. I feel like it covers the entire human race, because who don't need a haircut, who doesn't need care, their appearances is important. So let's get back. The name of your business again is Foundation.
It's Let Me Live Foundation, and
again?
Let Me Live Foundation. Okay. And it's the big niche with that too is with the barber, and I also teaching it. Like I host back to school events. I've been hosting them ever since I came with the organization. And my mission is to cut as many children as I can, service as many children as I can in need, to be able to feel confident going to school, because it prevents bullying. Like just with a good haircut, and I don't care if I'm doing it for free or if I'm getting paid, I want to do the same work. My thing is to make them feel confident going to school, so they won't have to feel,
So, man, you're hitting on two topics that are sensitive in St. Louis. One, public education, education period. And then two, your passion.
Yes.
So let's go back a little bit about your passion in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So haircut, barber, hairstylist, what got you into wanting to cut hair?
Well, I grew up in a family of barbers and beautician. My father, he's Mr. Ricky. He had all the Mr. Ricky barbershops.
Is he known in St. Louis?
Yes.
Mr. Ricky?
Yes. He's had all the Mr. Ricky barbershops in St. Louis, and so he had his run-in or whatever, and he kind of came back into the field and started cutting with me at Leroy's. So I consider myself a Leroy's vet. I grew up in that shop, and he's also been a pioneer in my life towards the movement. I've been inspired. My mother, she sold baskets and she would fix a big dinner after. So I've always learned to, when you get money out the community, to give it back. You have to give back.
Now that would be a nice thing if everyone was like that, you know. So so the passion. So you became this hairstylist. You actually come from a entrepreneurial family. I'm hearing. Okay, so the haircut and the passion, I get that. Now you went into Office of Violence Prevention. You went into preventive. So how did that take place?
Well, not to mention, I kept that part out. You know, even though I'm a barber, I'm an ex-drug dealer, ex-Queen from off the west side of St. Louis, and I grew from that. And I went through some things, and I told myself I wanted to change because I realized the bad that I did. So I wanted to come back and make a difference in the same community that I once destroyed or seen destroyed.
So what made you, because to be at that state, you know, I know you're receiving thousands of dollars every day. That's easy money. I don't say easy money, but that's quick money that allow you the freedom to do a lot of what 60 to 7% of the community will never experience if they don't have the proper help.
Correct.
So the change, you stop getting money to becoming...
Well, things happen with those changes. Drug use, incarceration, and little people may not think that a couple of months of incarceration can set you back, let alone back and forth, you know, and you having things all in control and you thinking, I couldn't wait to get out of jail to get back to where I started, and it didn't happen like that, you know, and I feel like it's a walk of God to show me different too at the same time, but because of course I had to learn something new because that was all I knew. So basically I would say it's spiritual. I prayed when I was in jail and I talked about all these great things that I wanted to do once I got out, you know. So I had time to sit, and I realized how much time was wasted and how great I was, you know, and only so much that I can do there, and I was ambition in prison, you know. So just couldn't wait to get out again to be as ambitious as I realized I was supposed to be before I went to prison.
That's amazing. I have another friend who kind of changed his life in prison. He said he wrote his whole curriculum and came out, and now it's active in the cities, in the Justice Center. So, man, so let's talk a little bit about your activity, because this is important for what you're doing, because people have to understand that your experience in what you're doing now. You're not just someone that woke up in the morning and said, I'm going to open a foundation for whatever reason.
No, I've been working on it for some years now.
And people need to hear that.
Yeah, I had to do my research and everything, you know, even with the state. Like, it's different with the states, you know, and I realize what I'm dealing with is very sensitive. It's the youth, you know, so you have to be really careful of predators and all types of things. So I'm very aware that everyone won't be able to be a part of my organization.
I like that. So let's talk a little bit about your experience with the violence prevention. You know, you first started with what organization when you...
The first organization of violence prevention I started working for was Cure Violence. Okay.
And how did you like that? What was that experience?
It was a great experience. It was also trauma. You got to be able to be strong-minded to deal with trauma. I've seen some things that probably the average person wouldn't even want to go back to work. But by being my passion, I was very concerned to learn to prevent it. You know, so I just got real strong in that area, and I just believed that it was meant for me to see those things, to be able to capitalize off of it and try and see how I could make a change.
How did you handle what you experienced?
What I experienced, how I handled it, very well. Prayer, you have to be, because I've already went through things before that, so it was just actually being a first responder to it. That was a little bit different. It's kind of like, it's sad to say, but it's like a used to pattern. Like it's numb. And it shouldn't be. It feels normal and it shouldn't be. And just being honest with you.
I understand that. Experience definitely is. You have experience in certain situations, so you can handle it different and better. I get that. So once Cure Violence was dissolved, and then you went to the Show Me Peace one.
Well, a few years later, once after Cure Violence, I began to straddle the fence of pulling my life back together and realizing my mission after, and I really kind of put more thought into my organization and push independently as much as I can, with having the struggles of my life too at the same time. Okay. And just years later, I got called back to gun violence prevention because they noticed my work from the prior organization. And so unfortunately, this time funds got cut short, and the area that I was working for, which the area that I was kind of born and raised in, as well as in Goodfellow area, which is the area where I continue to do the most of my community outreach, just because I know the people and have a good rapport, and I can really kind of target the area to where it's needed, and so I come to the conclusion this time that it's time for me to really push up my organization, so that way I can have a solid ground on my mission. So I know in the beginning you mentioned you were trying to find yourself. So your mission, is that something that grounds you? Well, yes, it does. It warms my heart to know that I'm making a difference, and even though I say I target the youth, that's my main focus, but I also, God uses me in plenty of ways out in the streets, different times of the nights with anybody, just anybody God has me to reach out to. So like I have a current heart, if I see any type of resources that I may have and know someone that needs those resources, I'll lead them. Like I feel good about that, being able to know that I took someone to go get some resources and it worked out for them. I got you. So let's talk about your organization a bit. You have a back to school fundraiser happening. Tell me about that. Well, yeah. So the back to school event is I'm really trying to expose the youth. It's for the youth because I had some adult braiders to ask could they be a part of it, and I told them it's for the youth. So let's do one thing. Let's change that. Okay. I'm glad you said I'm trying. That's what I'm talking about. Or I'm seeking to do this. So I got you. I've reached out to some young braiders to expose them. They're very good braiders. To expose their work and also to show them what it's like to get the feel of the give back, and because of me they're willing, and I had to talk to them and let them know, so hopefully that goes good, and I want to see them. I got this vision to see them all in line braiding, giving back, and I'm it's going to be bigger than what they really think it is. I had to tell them that you're not just coming for that, this is some good exposure for you, and they need it. They're young. I remember me when I was young in the game. That's what my whole organization is about, and hopefully those girls will be a part of my organization, and they'll be able to help me teach, and I'll be able to do something else, because I'm only one person, so I'm going to be looking for other teachers and other leaders. Now, are you a 501c3? Yes. Tax exempt already? No, I may need to get you to help me with that. Well, that's what City Vision do, so we got you covered. Okay, great. So when is this back to school event? It's this Sunday from 11 to 5. I will be cutting for free. Hopefully I have a few more barbers to come along with me. I'm just going to do the best that I can. The community has been coming together, dropping off school supplies. And so hopefully that's been my main target is school supplies. I know I'm already cutting. I know that's going to save a parent $30 a child. Yeah. So that I know that will help. And but the more school supplies is the better. Because you can drop them off here. Yes, you can drop them off here at 5790 Lucas and Hunter West Florissant at Empire Beauty. At Empire Beauty. Empire. So that's what happened. So when I was coming, 5974 took me down here. So I think. Yes, another one on Chambers in West Florissant. Okay. Over here. So they can drop clothes up here.
Your event is on Saturday?
It's Sunday.
Sunday
from 11 to 5. I always try and do my events at the last minute. That way I can really kind of narrow down who's really needing it. The services.
Okay.
And
people can just come up, or they got to make a reservation and just show up?
Well, I believe, I've been telling people, so I believe I want to make reservations because it looks like it's going to be kind of big, and I don't want anyone to be mad because their kid didn't get cut. However, I'm not going to leave anybody out, even if I have to do it the next day.
So how would they make a reservation? Do you have a link?
It's going to be a code on the flyer.
Okay. So the flyer will be connected to this post. So make sure you all look at the flyer of that. So now you do have a sponsor because you're here at a space because someone believed in your mission and decided to help you.
Yes.
And this is a highlight of the cherry on top because we believe that, there are a few out here that really want to invest in us. So who's one of your biggest sponsors today for this event? Where are you right now?
Well, right now, today, my biggest sponsor, I would say Empowered, because I've most definitely been empowered.
I got you. I like that word.
And more uplifted to have someone to believe in me and my dreams and give me opportunity. Empire Beauty. And I have also a couple of other local sponsors, Soda Soul, restaurant on Delmar in Hamilton. Members only on Union and Wabata, Crave a Bite on West Florissant, and Goodfellow. He'll be here to serve ice cream until it's gone. And if I forgot to leave anybody, if I left anybody out, others may be added. Feel free if you have anything that can contribute to the youth. This is the place. I'm trying to have them all here. I have two youth artists that's going to be performing too as well.
Okay.
Autumn Rose is one of them.
Okay, her name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She started off modeling and dancing. I've done her hair through the years.
Okay.
Okay,
that's funny you mentioned the artists because for those artists that perform, we're looking for artists also for an event on the 26th and 29th.
Okay, gotcha.
So if they want to perform, it's all about empowering our people.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. And some people don't know how to connect the dots because it's just the background can be limitations, it can be resources, it can be knowledge. It's so much that hinders someone from taking the next step. So we're here to make that happen.
Yeah, most definitely. I target out to all of that, and I forgot to mention I'm an artist as well. Simone on Fire. A lot of people know me from that before rap. A lot of people know me. Yeah, I dropped a single in 2007. It's called "Let 'Em Lean."
Excuse me. You said it like let 'em lean. So I got to pull that one up.
Yeah, I dropped a single. You know what? I got to get the trunk era with popping CDs out the trunk.
Okay.
So I had, I had actual CDs. Murphy Lee printed them for me. He had a printing company back then, and I'm Simone on Fire. So it's 100 copies out there somewhere. So
I know that. Look at it.
Yeah, it's 100 copies out there somewhere. So I am looking to record a couple of more tracks recently. Like I'm versatile, so it's gonna be a little bit of singing on there, and a little bit of me popping my,
Let 'em lean, huh? So yeah, I ain't gonna put you on the spot and say give me a line. I ain't gonna do it.
Well, I have one of my songs I won a contest without. I didn't know I was entering a contest. I don't believe in competition and compete with my own people. So I always say I don't want to talk. I don't want to compete. I just want to be heard. But I won with this song against a group of guys called the Bomb Squad at the time, and it's called "Do You Know What It's Like?" And so I'll drop a verse of that for you. I can't drop the verse without doing the hook. The hook is what's hard.
Okay.
I'll go there for you. It's do you know what it's like? The first breath you take to breathe on the mic to get a meal at the end of the night. Do you know what it's like to feel a hunger till it gives you a pain? No place for shelter, now you're feeling the rain. Don't think you know what it's like to see a vision, perfect thought in your mind. If you can reach it, it'll blind you to shine. Do you know what it's like? Go fly a kite. Rhymes too hard for the bite. Rhyme daily taking off at your sight. I'm like a thief in the night. There ain't no other way to say it. It's hell I've been through. No need to ask me how I see it, hoping you got a clue. The reason for the wrong suggestions why I spit like I do. If life was easy, I can eat it like the beef in the stew. It takes a fool to learn it twice. Gonna get my ups on advice. Been through temptations, now it's patience not to let me entice. Oh geez, the rhythm to conceal them, let you know where it's at. You learn about the fear of evil and the smell of a rat. They out to get your curve with your sugar coated a gap. I firm them off like I'm the crow in the furious act. I let them feel what it's like to get a slug in the back. It's not an act, it's my surroundings, where I live, where I'm at.
I like that. That's definitely out of the back of the trunk.
Yeah, so I'm versatile. I got club hype. I'm sitting on the St. Louis anthem so hot, I'm supposed to blaze with chingy.
Those who are listening to Simone Reese, all the information is below. Click it, find out more about it. Be here on
that's Sunday. The 23rd. Sunday the 23rd, 11 to 5.
11 to 5. So any last words you want to...
if you're planning to get cuts, please reserve to prevent chaos and crowdedness of parents being upset of waiting and not getting their kids service. And I'm doing more this year with it just being me. I'm gathering other independent stylists too to be able to help me perform services. So please work with us and please reserve so we can make this all be organized.
Wow. I ain't have to say nothing now. There you go, Simone Reese. None other than last word to the community, these children. What last word in the essence of you speaking from a violence preventer? So what would you say to them?
Let Me Live Foundation.
I like that. And we're going to end it like that.